Hey there, everybody. Greetings from the magnificent Grand Canyon. I'm in Grand Canyon National Park on the south rim of the park. And yesterday I spent 11 miles worth of bliss walking the rim of the south part of the Grand Canyon. And today I'm just taking in a little bit more slower pace. And as I walked yesterday, I couldn't help but reflect on all the layers, because there's layers in this park that represent millions and millions and millions of years. And it's hard to even fathom that. It's almost maybe hard to fathom all the layers that are within you, within me. And so this nature connection experience is about sitting with all the layers within us, all the layers within you, all the layers within me. And when you look at the valley floor and you notice that's a mile down, I can't help but relate that back to my own life. What are the layers that are a mile deep that sometimes are hard to see because they're obscured? In this case, for using the nature metaphor, they're obscured by the sun or the moon or trees. And so I invite you to join me for this nature connection experience at Grand Canyon National Park in focusing and really sitting with what layers of my life, what layers within my heart and my feelings, what layers of my intuition, my spirit, what layers of my thoughts might be obscured by something else. It could be a variety of different things. I invite you to sit with the concept of all of the layers within your life. Remember, even if you don't know the answers to these prompts, these questions, it's really just about starting to ask the questions, starting to sit with these different aspects of your life, of your personality, because you have a combination of your physical movement, your physical body, you have your mind, your thoughts, you have your heart, your feelings, you have your gut, instinct, and intuition. And all those systems are working together in an ideal world. They all work together equally. Even if you don't know the answers to the prompts, do the best that you can to sit with that and just imagine that you're plugging in all those parts of yourself into the natural world. For the next few minutes, ponder what layers exist in your mind. How do your thoughts work? And if you were to align your mind, your thoughts, your brain to this canyon, to the scenery, what would that look like? Where do you go when you sit with your thoughts? And of course, around this park is high desert, pine trees and junipers and all sorts of living creatures. And when you look at a tree like this and the sinewy bark, it inspires me to ask, what parts of my heart, my feelings, how are they layered? What are the layers in my heart? That could be all the positives, all the joys in life, all the happy moments. It could also be the times of challenge, the times of sadness or sorrow. It really depends on you and your daily life. It depends on you and the story of your life. And so when you look at the bark of a tree like this, how does the bark of a tree like this resonate with your heart? This tree called out to me today for filming because I believe the notch here, and you can see other areas where branches have been sawed off. And it inspires me to look at all the ways that human interaction have impacted my heart. And I can sit with that also, understanding that there's all these different layers to the bark of the tree. There's this complexity here that creates this beautiful pattern. And so I invite you to sit with these patterns, sit with your feelings today, how you feel, and understanding that other humans have contributed to your story. Now ponder your intuition, which you might think of as your spirit. You might think of intuition as your gut instincts. And if you look at the shadows here on the rocks, where might you have shadows obscuring part of your instinct? Take a deep breath in and big exhale. Don't forget to feel the weight of your body. This is at elevation for me, so the air is a little thinner. And what can we learn from this tree that's behind me? I notice there are clumps of new life, clumps of fresh green in the tree that might even look dead to someone with the untrained eye. What parts of you, what parts of these layers within you are growing and budding? Where do you feel the new growth emerging from you? Or where is the possibility of new growth? Where do you feel the potential? You may not know the answer. I invite you to just sit with the clumps on this tree and imagine that you're connecting all the parts of you, your heart, your mind, your spirit. In the Grand Canyon, we have obvious examples of layers of rock, which could represent your foundational things, the foundational parts of your life. The arc of your life might be the hard rock and the different colors and the depth of this canyon that goes down a mile to the Colorado River. And then there's other aspects of layers here that are more of the life-giving things, the foliage, the trees, the branches, the cycles of life. Some things are alive, some things are growing, some things are dead. So there's a lot happening here when you're looking at layers, in the aspect of layers. And what I see here in the layers of the things that are living here behind me are all the things that you have control of in your life. All of the things that you can look at within and allow for further growth, allow for understanding more about your life and the self-clarity that comes with spending time in the natural world. Which layers are you noticing today? Are you noticing the reds? Are you noticing the plants? What's speaking to you today? It's because as you see yourself more clearly, you're able to see different parts of your personality, different parts of your life. What's calling to you today in this experience? How about all those textures, all of the color, the greens and the reds in the blue sky? What layers called out to you today, and how do you feel now? Take a deep breath in, exhale, feel the weight of your body. And just remember that 20 minutes a day immersed in nature, doing something like this where you're feeling a connection or you're opening up or you're asking for help is enough to change the trajectory of your life. So I encourage you to watch more of my videos, to subscribe to my channel, but more importantly, to make it a point in whatever way makes sense for you in your life to spend at least 20 minutes a day or do the best you can to spend time in the natural world, making a connection that's meaningful for you. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you down the road.